1 again. We are joined by David Fine from the Heartlanders.
Yes,
Hi,
we are.
David.
We looked at the calendar yesterday morning, and David Fine's coming in. Kind of a recap of the season, maybe talk about season tickets for next year, and then the big news dropped.
Yeah, that's right. We're really happy. Our head coach, Derek Damon, he has accepted a job with the Des Moines Buccaneers, a little bit west. It's a little bit of an upgrade for him in position. He gets to be the president of the hockey operations there as well. And so we're really happy for Derek. He'll be staying in the Hawkeye state, and we're really excited for his next step. It's a great opportunity for him, and he's a great coach. He just led us to our first ever playoff appearance. So, if you guys know anyone, no, I'm just kidding. If you guys know anyone, no. So the search has begun immediately.
Scotty Bowman still around?
Scotty Bowman. His grandson put in his application. Wayne Gretzky, threw in his name.
Sure, why not?
But no, in all seriousness, our search for our third head coach in team history has begun, and we're really looking forward to seeing who this is going to be. For the listeners that listen every day and have heard Derek on the air over the last 3-4 years, been our head coach for 3 years. And our assistant coach back in year 1. Obviously, you guys know he's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
He's a friend. He has been a friend for 4 years for me. So I'm really looking forward to see where this leads him in his career. And this is the point of AA hockey, is you move people up and they get an opportunity to fulfill their dreams. So even though on the surface it might look like, he's going down to the USHL, which obviously has high school all-star, kind of more of a high school all-star league before they go to NCAA. This is an opportunity for Derek to potentially go maybe sort of towards the NCAA route, or he can, if he does really well in Des Moines, which they're looking to rebound after a tough year, he'll be right back on the radar of maybe moving up to the AHL or maybe even higher. So we're really excited for Derek and wish him nothing but the best.
So does that leave you as the last original Heartlander then?
The last original Heartlander to be in Extreme Arena for the first game in team history. Yuki Mira, player, original Heartlander. He didn't play in the first few games of the season, though. He actually was getting his he had to get his because he's from Japan. Had to get his immigration taken care of because he came in on a tryout, and so he missed like the first 5 games of team history. So,
you and Yuki are the last two standing.
Yeah, Yuki and I are the last ones standing. I still count Yuki's still the Mr. Original Heartlander, but I will be I'll be the last original one for these purposes today.
Well, I was at the last home game before you guys went to Fort Wayne to finish up the series, and it was just so cool to see Coach Damon. He came out after the game, and his family was waiting for him, and friends, and you could tell that they just adore him, the kids and his wife, and he's such a nice guy, and he's such a great motivator, and I can see why somebody would pick him out of the pool to move up and do what he's doing.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that's it's bittersweet because he is such a great guy, and he did mean and does mean still and will always mean so much to our little community. When I say little community, obviously the front office, some of the most diehard of the season ticket holders that have gotten a chance to know him personally, but then also just the things he did in the community for here. And he will probably go and continue to do when he moves over to West Des Moines there in Urbandale for the Des Moines Buccaneers, is that he was a major driver with the youth hockey here. And when they started, there were a little over 60 kids, and now it's like tripled the number to the number of kids that are involved in the youth hockey, and just the amount, and including Derek's kids, make no mistake about it, but just the dedication that he showed on that side of it. And then personally, guys, when we asked Derek, was someone available for a social media video? I think maybe one time in 4 years he went, I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. He was always willing to allow our team, our front office team, to try to promote the team and make sure that people know it's more than just hockey. It's what guys are doing in the community and the fun of minor league sports. And then just a quick story for you guys that I think I've been sitting on I've told a few people, but I've sat on for years, is that Derek was obviously our assistant coach in our first season. So We won the first game in team history, which was incredible. It was at Extreme Arena. It was like a few 100 fans short of a sellout or something like that. It was an amazing night for our community. And we had to get on the bus after and drive to Independence, Missouri, just outside Kansas City. And everyone was just, and we played the next day. So we played Kansas City at home night 1, and then Kansas City on the road game 2. So it's, 4.5 hour drive or whatever down to Kansas City. And I just, I remember like nobody could sleep because of how excited everyone was. First game in team history, but slowly, probably after about 3 hours, so there's only an hour and a half left in the trip, guys start to fall asleep and the talking sort of subsides and there's a game the next day and everybody sort of refocuses. I could not sleep at all. And I remember looking towards like the front of the bus a few rows in front of me, and there was only one phone light that I kind of saw, and that was Derek's. And normally I just, whatever, I don't know if I'd always do this, but I walked up to the front of the bus and I just sat next to him and we just talked for an hour and a half until we got there about, all our personal hopes and dreams, and then the team hopes and dreams, and how special of a moment that was. And that's just, the type of guy Derek is. He was only the assistant coach back then, but he, just thought the world of, and will always think the world of Eastern Iowa. And the good thing is we get to keep him in the Hawkeye State, and I'm sure we'll see him around a lot more than if he had moved out to like California or something like that. So it's great.
Jim and I used to have hopes and dreams.
Me too.
I haven't given up quite yet, but I surrender. The drainer's circling.
Yeah, I surrendered a few years back.
Okay, so we just recently had a coaching change at the University of Iowa basketball team, and the new coach has procured some of his assistant coaches from Drake to be part of the Hawkeye system. Does that work like that in hockey? Well, is it possible that Derek may grab a couple of assistant coaches to help him? Or?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Obviously, Kevin Schmidt and Eric Michaud are assistant coaches, and they're both friends as well. Mm-hmm. But with things like that happening, it sort of makes sense because you want to keep people that you trust and that
sure,
so that the working relationship. So without getting into great speculation, I mean, anything's possible. I've seen it both ways where, you hire a head coach and he keeps the staff, or, so not to get into gross speculation land, which I'll raise my hand and twinkle my fingers. You never know. And I'm excited to see whatever happens, however the staff turns out. But Kevin and Eric are unbelievable people, and I hope they're with us next year.
And obviously Derek became head coach in season 2. Is there any aspirations of the assistant coaches? Have you, obviously the news just broke yesterday, but has anybody expressed interest in, being the head coach of the Heartlanders?
I'm sure that our president, Matt Getz, and our owner, Michael, are the people leading it. I'm not on the search committee, so if someone calls in, I will accept your resume and whatever. No, but Matt started to get a lot of phone calls after the news broke at about like 1:30 yesterday. So again, we're really excited for this next phase because, guys, we're coming off our best season in team history. Just made the playoffs, built a lot of new fans, a lot of new excitement. We have big hopes and dreams as a front office and as a team for next season, and building it throughout the summer, and continuing to get our community partners involved and sell a lot of tickets for next year like we did this year. So we're really looking forward to building off the best season in team history and seeing where that goes, because making the playoffs in your 4th year in this league, when you guys know, having been familiarized with it now, pretty much every team in our division has been around for 30, 40 years or has had some form of hockey there. And this is new here. And for us to kind of, bat the doors down on some of the big dogs and make them a little scared this year is something that's really neat.
So season 5 kicks off now. What's the timeline? When does the league announce its schedule and things like that?
It's perfect tease. In a couple days, I can share this. In a couple days, Thursday, we're going to get our schedule announced. So Thursday afternoon for this upcoming season. And then if you want to be at games, obviously we have our season tickets are available. And then our half game plan will come out over the next few days and weeks once that schedule comes out. Then it's like the mini plans, the flex plans. Like if you don't know, if you just want to buy, I want 10 tickets that I can use at any time throughout the year, not all at once. Maybe I want to use 1 here, then 3 there. So we have those that come out throughout the summer, and then our theme nights and such. So it's going to be a big summer. But yeah, you guys are the first to know on Thursday. We actually just got the note from the league yesterday. Make sure you're ready Thursday afternoon, because that'll be coming out.
Well, again, this is still a relatively new team, and not everybody has been to Extreme Arena to see the Heartlanders. So this fall, when the season starts, being a perfect opportunity to get involved in the excitement of minor league hockey, and it is really something to see. I mean, we always say you can watch games on TV, whether it's the NHL or anything else, because your stuff, you can watch the videos of it, but it's a whole different ballgame when you're there. You get to see the whole way that the lines change, and the way the points, or the offense and defense do their strategies and stuff like that, and and plus all the in-game excitement, the things that happen during the break and during the period intermissions and so forth.
Yeah, and the giveaways and all these things. Even what we're trying to sell is not necessarily it's great, come to the hockey game, we love that, but just like when you go have a date night dinner and a movie, like it's a night out kind of experience. It's not just come in at 7:05 and leave at 9:25 when the game ends. That from start to finish we're trying to entertain you. And then furthermore, what we're so lucky, and that we've said over and over and over, is that we're blessed in the area that we're in, because it allows you, if you want to show up at 4:30 and have a few drinks across the street at the restaurants are attached to a rink with Iowa Athletic Club, or 30 Hop or Tribute or Marquee Pizza, all these places. If you want to have a big burrito down the street at Los Agaves, whatever you want, or some ramen and the sushi there at Hokkaido Ramen, it's really, you can go shopping, you can get some dinner, you can have a drink, and then you can walk in right as the game's about to begin and be entertained. So it's not just a 2-hour experience. It's a night out, it's a date night, it's a bring your friends, it's a bring the family kind of experience for more than just a couple hours, which we love, especially when I know everyone's thinking summer, but when it gets a little colder and you're looking to stay inside and hunker down, the rink is always at 72 degrees. Can attest to that looking at the thermostat.
Well, you got great food around, in the arena itself too.
In the arena too is wonderful. So last week, someone from the Iowa Wild, as our AHL affiliate, he's the public relations guy there, Alec. He's never been in Coralville before. He's from out of state. He moved to Des Moines from like Philadelphia or something, and he's never been in the Iowa River Lake. He's never been to Iowa City before. He just moved to Des Moines, 2 or 3 years ago, and he's just never made it down. So last week he shot me a text like, hey, I'm thinking of driving to Chicago for the weekend, seeing some friends. Like, I know it's a quick in the drive, but do you want to grab some lunch? I don't want to get there until, late afternoon or early evening. And I said, sure. And he pulled off the highway and obviously pulled in by our offices, and we walked around. He's like, this is where you work? Like, this is amazing. And he's like, I wish across the street from the well, from Wells Fargo Center there, that it was the exact same thing. And I said, yeah, it's, there's a reason that we all love it here. It's obviously beautiful in the Iowa River Landing, but then I said, if you were to drive around any area in the Iowa City area, I mean, there's a reason it's sticky here. There's a reason why people love it and stay around and raise families here, because just how great of an area this is, which is why it's a perfect place for the Heartlanders and minor league hockey too.
Well, it's certainly a selling point for a potential new head coach and their family. It is a really cool place, and the facility's top notch as well. So, good luck in the search. Hopefully, not too far from now, you'll put out another press announcement saying we have our coach and he's going to be awesome. So.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, and I'm sure just like how Derek appreciated coming in here, all the how many times, 10, 15 times that he was able to make it in here over the years. And I know that our new head coach, when I say, hey, I got a media appearance for you, just renamed head coach, let's drive 15 minutes away, and let's head to KCJJ, that he's gonna love that as well, and I'm sure he'll love the stickers on the side of our helmets again next year. So
you will warn him about us, won't you?
I always do. The first I actually don't really warn them until they come into the station. I trick them, they park And my first warning is I say, just follow the GPS. Do not stray from the GPS. I swear it'll lead you to the right place if you trust the GPS. So that's my first, the first thing I always say.
100 feet out of town.
Yeah. I said you'll see the satellite. If you might make the first turn instead of the second turn, just wheel back around and make the second turn. If you're driving from the arena, and just trust the GPS. Part one, and then when I'm walking, I say, just these guys will ask you anything. Just roll with the punches and smile, and you'll be fine. So those are my 2 warnings.
Well, we appreciate you coming in, and like we said, good timing that we had you scheduled to come in anyway. So.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and
Yes,
I'll be in a few more times this summer. I know Tom and I have got a few things on the schedule, so I think a month from today, when the New York Knicks are hopefully hoisting the NBA title trophy, we'll be in here, and
all right. Well,
I'll be my Homer best for the Knicks. So.
With a big grin on your face.
Big grin on my face. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, David.
Table to Table Food Rescue works with area grocery stores, restaurants, and food wholesalers to keep wholesome food from going to waste. And we distribute that food to social service agencies who serve the hungry. Help us help our friends and neighbors in need by volunteering your time or making